I'm Seth, cataloging librarian here at the Ames Public Library, and this...
I'm Amanda. I'm an adult services librarian here at Ames Public Library.
And we are here to give you some recommendations for the third annual 12 to Try Challenge. The month is February. The challenge, read a book with cozy vibes. Amanda, what gives you cozy vibes in a book?
Okay, so first off, sometimes I will judge a book by its cover. And this just gives off the coziest of vibes. Mm-hmm. So it may not be like the newest or shiniest book on the shelf, but you'll see it has these very cute and lovely lavender sprayed pages, edges on there. So this one instantly draws you in. So if it's all right, I could talk a little bit about this one.
Go for it.
So this is Spellshop by Beth Durst. And in my opinion, this is a quintessential cozy read. It puts the cottage in cottagecore quite literally. Like I said, it may not be the newest thing on the shelf, but it will just draw you in with the cozy vibes. I don't know about you, but I'm here for the influx of cozy reads featuring dreamy cover art, making me imagine tea-warmed, sun-laden leafy forests, curious, cute creatures, full of warmth and relaxation to help you wind down after a chaotic day. If you are itching for a cozy read that lets you escape to a whimsical land for a while, check out this romantasy. So, this tale follows Keela, who is not exactly an extrovert. And believe it or not, she is also a librarian. Surprise, surprise. She works with great dedication for the Great Library of Elysium with her assistant Kaz, a magically sentient spider plant. It is not until revolution is literally at her doorstep and her beloved library is up in flames before reality hits and she is fleeing with all the spellbooks she can carry to a place she never thought she'd return to, her hometown on a quiet little island. Once there, she discovers her calling, jam making, and opens up a jam shop under the guise, or to disguise her actual illegal spell shop that she opens. And, it has lush forests just like you'd think of. It's a quiet coastal village, fantastical creatures. What more could you ask for? Oh, is that a love interest I hear knocking at the cottage door? Indeed it is. This book has all the cozy vibes you could ask for. If you end up loving this title, you could also try The Enchanted Greenhouse, which came out July 15th, 2025, by the same author. Similarly cozy and magical, it's a read that is like a warm hug.
There you go. Everything that's cozy, they've got a shop that sells sweets.
Magical.
They've got librarians in it.
Coziest.
When I thought of cozy, I thought of P.G. Wodehouse. If you've never read P.G. Wodehouse, probably the best place to start is with the Jeeves and Wooster short stories, and my favorite one of the short stories is in this collection, the Inimitable Jeeves. That short story is called The Purity of the Turf. In it, a pack of aimless young rich people, including Wooster, are visiting a boring country estate far from any racetrack where they can place a bet. So one of them opens a book to place bets on events at the local school fair, like the mother's sack race, the girls' egg and spoon race, and the crowning event, the choir boys' 100-yard handicap. Jeeves believes that the local page boy will win and convinces Wooster to place a bet, even though the boy is described as practically circular, which makes me laugh every time. And that is as high as the stakes get for this whole story, like, will this tubby boy win a race? And you can read and you can laugh and you can not worry about anything, and I call that a cozy read. And if you want to continue with Wodehouse, if you've already read all the Jeeves and Wooster, here is my favorite of his other novels. It's called Leave It to Psmith, Welcome to Blandings Castle, a country estate with a whole family of strange rich people. And I guess I could just say rich people. They're all strange, right? The son of the head of the family there has convinced his uncle to steal his wife's diamonds to give money to the uncle's stepdaughter, and so he enlists this nephew who, to get past his father's efficient secretary and his aunt's watchfulness, enlists the titular Smith. The P is silent, by the way, like pterodactyl. Smith needs a job, so he inveigles an invitation to Blandings by impersonating a Canadian poet. The aunt is kind of a collector of literary types, so there's also another lady poet knocking around the grounds, as well as a young lady cataloging librarian. As you can tell already, the story is way too stupid to actually have any real consequence. In other words, it's cozy. It's worth mentioning that this represents an epic crossover in the P.G. Wodehouse verse. There's lots of stories set at Blandings and other novels with Psmith in them, but you don't have to read any of those to get this one. It's perfectly enchanting, all on its own.
That sounds great.
Country houses.
Country houses.
Gardens, yeah.
You know, yeah,
There you go.
has those vibes we're looking for. All right, the next one I'd like to share with you about is called Will Prescribe You a Cat by Syou Ishida. So, let me ask you, have you ever felt inexplicably blue and you're not sure why? It might be a terrible day at work, you might be feeling isolated at school. Have you ever thought that perhaps all you actually needed was a furry companion to come home to? That's no stretch of the imagination when it comes to this sweet read, in which people find themselves searching for a hidden away clinic that's only talked about via word of mouth, called the Kokoro Clinic for the Soul, and then to curiously find themselves walking away with a kennel in hand and a little cat prescribed to them. Understandably, the patients find themselves puzzled and somewhat resistant. Maybe they're not cat people, but uncertain of why they've given the doctor to give them a feline to solve their woes, which they will soon see might actually lead to some really curious solutions. This sweet read delves into the human-animal bonds that can run deep and somehow help with the journey of self-discovery and healing. It quietly addresses very real and human struggles that we face, tempered with humor and relatable characters. The cats will sometimes get their person into trouble, but that trouble somehow turns up ending up really much better than expected. If you're ready for a cozy read featuring adorable cats and a message of hope and revival, try this out here at Ames Public Library. And if you have a pet at home, you might find yourself with a newfound appreciation and wanting to give them a quick cuddle.
That's great. There's like a whole raft now of Japanese and Korean new books in translation that are like,
so true.
wow, there's a cafe and they've got tea and it's a little bit magical.
There's a lot of books coming out like that, and I wanted to mention one of them in there, which I might have added a summary for.
I love it. My second, and I guess our final book, is another great cozy, it's a cozy mystery called A Most Agreeable Murder, and it centers on a Regency era family with dynamics that should be immediately familiar with any reader of Jane Austen. The father is oblivious but loving. The mother just wants her daughters to get married. The daughters are Beatrice, she's smart, Louisa, she's pretty, and Mary, she's completely ignored. Invited to a ball at Stabmort Park, the family is convinced that Louisa is going to make an impression on the special guest, a guy named Edmund Croaksworth. Also attending are a brooding detective, a newly enriched Navy captain, the lady who spurned him when he was poor, an eccentric spinster, a dashing cad, and several other gentlemen and ladies of the highest quality. Things are going well until Croaksworth croaks right in Louisa's arms. The detective investigates, and Beatrice, who has an unladylike fascination with murder, tags along. Yes, decorum may be seriously threatened. Yes, several people may be murdered. Yes, Mary is forgotten and left to fend for herself in the woods, but this is still just as funny and cozy a mystery as you could want. You should absolutely read it immediately. It's A Most Agreeable Murder by Julia Seals.
I definitely think I'm going to have to add that to my TBR list. That sounds amazing.
There you go. And like your first book, this one also has a second that just came out. So if you like the first one, you can just roll it right on through.
Oh, that's the best.
All right. Join us here at the library in February for these great books or more recommendations for the third annual 12 to Try Reading Challenge.